Hi, welcome to a calculator tutorial by Equaser. In this video we are going to see how we can use and get started with this Sharp EL520XT and Sharp EL520X scientific calculator. This calculator has tons of features and does a lot of things which cannot be covered in one video. For that reason I'm going to cover some of the features here, but specific features, for example, derivative, integral, simultaneous equations, complex analysis, coordinate conversion, and some other features. I will create separate videos, but the rest I will try as much as possible to combine in this video. So let's get started with this. This is a beautiful calculator with tons of features, sold at different prices in different region. It's around $15 to $25 US. Sleek design, but these keys will wear out if you put it mixed with our books and stuff, so make sure you always use this case to protect it, otherwise these numbers will rub off and they will disappear, and that's a bad thing with this, about this new design that Sharp is going forward. And so the main button here is on. It has C, which is clear, and it has off. All the buttons that you see here, they have 2 or 3 values. For example, this button is pi, and it has x to the power -1, and it has a. Pi and all the numbers that are there directly, they will be activated when you press it. It will print pi, but x to the power -1 is a feature that is the same color as second function. So you have to press second function in order to get that value. And for those that are green, either you need to press alpha, or there are certain features that will activate them. Also, there are this feature not and or, which I have another video explaining those. These will be activated in certain mode. So keep that in mind. And also, if you are, let's say, at the middle of some screen and you go home, just press home and exit from all other modes. There's a reset button here, even though you can reset everything, but you can reset it with a pen, hard reset as well. Just hold it for a few seconds and the calculator will be resetted. And here are the buttons. So mode will allow you to go to the mode and select the mode of calculator, like normal, statistic, and then arrow shows that you can go down, and there is 2, which for equation, and then complex, home, exit. CA mean clear all, so you can press second function and this, it clears the screen with all the values. Let's say 2 plus 5, 6, and if I make mistake here and plus, as soon as I say 35 and you want to correct it, this del button works. So you can press del, delete, it goes back, and the cursor allows you to enter. Let's say you want to make it 638 back, and then 8 plus. Now let's say you do some calculation. And clear is the screen, but if I press this arrow, it shows that I have the value, and this arrow shows that I have more. When I press it, it goes and brings the previous value. The arrow shows that I have more, and I have down, up and down. So if I press up, one more, so the calculation is here, and this arrow shows I have down. So clear just clears the screen, but the values are there. If you want to clear all those previous value, clear all is into effect. So press second function and CA, clear all. Now nothing exists. So that is the difference between clear all and clear. But delete and insert now. And this is the answer. Now let's say, for example, you have 6 plus 3 times 9, and you want to change this 3 into something else. You can do it this way. If you move here, back, 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 on the device, on the number, press second function and insert, second function and insert, and now the cursor has changed. So let's say you want to make it to 5. The previous value have not been pushed, and you just changed it. Now let's say you want to do something, press second function ends. Now if you go with the cursor blinks differently, so 3 under 5 is moved, so you can change it. Setup button will give you the screen. This is degree, radian, gradient, and FSE. This is fixed, scientific, exponent. So with a 0 you press here and then select degree, gradient, radian. Right now it's radian. Let's change it to degree. Press 0 and clear, and this calculator has changed into degree. Now let's do some calculation, simple calculation. 5 plus 2 times 3. This can be done in two ways. One is 8 divided by 3.6, 8 divided by 3, and then point is this one, 3.6 plus equal sign. You get the answer. You can also do it the other way, 8 and then this button A over B, which says over 3.6. So you can press this button again to get with the number, with the decimal points. If you are doing some calculation like this, the order of operation will be respected with this calculator. Parentheses will be evaluated first, and then multiplication and division, and after that addition and subtraction. So let's open a parenthesis. 3 times 2, close, plus 8 plus 7 times 100. In this case 7 times 100 is evaluated, 2 times 3 is evaluated, then add 8 will be added. Memory clear is the one that clears the memory. We have a button here. When you press second function, let's do it. Second function M, it says you want to reset or memory. I'm pressing 0 and then it says clear. Just press equal sign and all the memory will be clear. And if you want to enter 6 over 8, 6 over 8. I press this button, 8 is here, equal sign, and it has been simplified. Just press this to see it fully. If you have 3 and then 6 over 8, 3, press this button, and then 6 and this button, 8. Press equal sign, simplified, or press this one to see decimal again. If you want to enter 4 squared, clear, press 4 and then squared. We have a dedicated button, and then you can do other calculation that you have beside it. If you have 4 squared plus 2, then you cannot do it, because if you put plus, the plus will be at this level with a 4. So 4 and then x to the power y, press that one. Now that shows that you have to put it here, plus 1. So that is 4 to the power, sorry, let me delete 17. Now this is incorrect because 4 squared is 16 plus 1. To eliminate that error, 4xy, open a parenthesis, 2 plus 1. Now this is correct. If you want to do minus 2 squared, if you do, let's say this minus 2 and then squared, automatically a parenthesis is placed around it and the answer is correct. Minus 2. As soon as you put minus 2, there is a 0, so that's also correct. Minus 2 squared. Now this one you will get 4, minus 4. The reason for that is 2 is squared first and then minus, which is incorrect. Eliminate or avoid that, use this one, automatically will put a parenthesis for you. If you want to do 5 to the power 4.3, 5 to the power 4.3, because it's decimal point, it's fine, you don't have to put a parenthesis. The constant like pi has a dedicated button, press it, equal sign the value, or pi plus something, or sine of pi. The fixed mode is used when you want to have a fixed number of digits after the decimal place, like for financial calculation you want only 2 decimal places, and for other purpose, so you can set that. Press setup, and then FSE, fixed scientific 1, and here we see fixed scientific and engineering. Press 0. Now it shows all these digits always. So to go in the next step, press second function, and this time tab appeared. Press 2. It will ask you how many digits you want. Let's say you want 2 decimal place. Press 2. Now it will be 2. Any calculation that you do will have, let's say 222 plus 1.5. You will always have that one, or 5 plus 6. Always have 2 decimal places. Let's say you want to convert 45 degrees to radian. You have to be in degree. This is now degree. If not, press setup, 0 DRG, and then 0 for degree. Now 45 degrees to radian. We will press second function with this DRG button. Second function DRG. Now 45 to radian. This is the value, and now it has been changed to radian. 300 radian to degrees. So because we are in radian, that's correct. If not, we have to change it from setup to 300 radian. Second function DRG. Now it is not in degree, it's in gradient. So do it one more time, and now it's in degree, 17,188. Let's say you want to convert, you want to get cosine of 8.3 degrees. Your calculator must be in degree. So this is in radian, second function 0, 0. Now we are in degree. Cosine of 8.3. You can press equal sign, evaluate. If you want to do some other calculation, press cos, open parenthesis, 3.8 or 8.3, and then plus something. This way the calculator knows up to this point belongs to that. Sine of 42, same thing, sine of 42. If you want to do in radian, let's say sine of pi over 2 in radian. First convert it to radian, change to radian, set up 0 and then 1 for radian. Now we are in radian. Sine of, open a parenthesis here, pi divided by 2, and then close it. The answer is 1 in radian. 0.8 is inverse sine of what angle? Because it's in radian, I want it in degree. Set up 0, 0 in degree. For inverse of sine, cosine, tangent, and arc, hyperbola, second function, inverse, and then open a parenthesis, 0.8. If you don't have any other calculations, without a parenthesis it will work. So it says 53.13 degrees. Same thing, second function, cosine, that's inverse of minus 0.5. I press this minus. Automatically it put parenthesis for me. If you want to do square root of 25, square root is a second function of this button, and then 25. To do square root of 5 plus 6 or some number plus something else, so open a parenthesis, 25 plus 6. Now everything will be taken care of. Cube root of 127, we have a dedicated cube root, so press second cube root and then 127, and that's the answer. If you want to do fifth root of 187, for the fifth root we have, for the x root we have second function, so press 5, second function, and this one, the fifth is there, and now 187 will be evaluated. If you want to do something like this, second function, this one, open a parenthesis, and then 25 divided by sine of 25, sine 25, and close a parenthesis. That's the answer. You want to get log of 41, we have log here, and then 41 will be evaluated. This calculator cannot do log base 2 of 18. This is log base 10 of 41. Natural logarithm, or ln of 41.56. ln, we have it here, 41.65, and that's the answer. You want to do 3 times 10 to the power 4. because these base are used a lot, when you have times 10 to something, we have a dedicated button exp, so just type 3ex. As soon as you put exp, it means times 10 to the power of, so you just need to enter 4. So 3e04 is this value. 1 times 2 to the power of minus 9, 1 exp, and then this minus, and then 9. You get the value. If you have 10 to the power 3 or some other 10 to the power another value, because 10 is very famous for the calculation, we have a dedicated button for that. So press second function and this log, you will have 10, and then just type 3. If you have something else, put parentheses to avoid error. 10 to the power of minus 2, second function 10, and then this minus that is here, special minus 2 will work. If you want e to the power something, we have a dedicated button for that, second function e, and that x is there, so 4.112. We give you that number. Many times you will have 1 over something, 1 over 5, 1 over 12, and 1 is always at the top. In that case, we have a dedicated button, x to the power minus 1, so that you will enter 5, and then second function, this pi. So 5 to the power minus 1 is 1 over 5, or 0 over 2. If you want to convert it to fraction, press this, 1 over 5, you will get it. 1 over 12, the same way, 12, second function, and pi, that's 1 over 12, this value, or press this to get it back. Let's say you want to use kilo, milli, micro, nano in your calculation. Let's say in chemistry you have 2.5 milligram. Let's say you want to have 56 milligram of something, 56, press math, 1 for engineering, and then with this arrow you have milli, micro, nano, pico, 4. By entering 4, you enter 56 and then plus another unit, regardless if you put the correct unit, the next one also will work. Let's say 2. So this is 2 gram and this is 56 milligram. Have been added. And the same thing, nano and pico, you just use it with math, 1, and mega, giga, kilo, and these are the shorter, smaller values. To do the per percent calculation, 20% of 15,000, type 20 times 15,000, and then for the percent, we press second function and 1. Second function 1, that's the answer, 3,000. You get it the other way, 3,000 is what? Percent of 15,000. For that, 3,000 times 100 times 100 divided by 15,000. You get 20%. The third way of percent will be 3,000 is 20% of what amount? We want to find the 15,000. This time 3,000 times 100 divided by 20, 3,000 times 100 divided by 20, you get 15,000. This calculator has these A, B, C, D, E, F, X, Y memory and one independent memory of M. These are two different types, and let's say you want to store A into 3 into A, so press 3 and then store, and then any of these buttons you press it will store there. So store A. Now 3 is into A. Let's say 40 into B, 40, store B. 10 into D, and then 12 into X, store X, and minus 9, store, and then for the Y, this is the same button, I'm pressing it. Now let's say you want to do 2B plus A over 3 minus D2X. All those values from memory will be used. now for the recall, press recall B, it will bring the value. Recall F will bring you the value, whatever value you have. If you want to use some calculation, recall A and then plus 5, that's also fine. But let's do this one. 2 times recall B plus recall A divided by 3 minus recall D times 2 times recall X. So you must put times in between this and here, and then equal. That's the answer from memory. The other memory will be to add, let's say, grocery expenses, some weight in different containers of the same thing, and you want to calculate this and then calculate this and add it on top of the result. Calculate this, add it on top of the result. So we use this M memory. But before that, we have to make sure that there is no M and it's empty. Let's say if I have 8 and then store and M, now 8 is into M and we have M here on the screen. To clear that up, 2 ways: 0 and store M. When your 0 goes, it fills it up. Let's fill it up, 9, store M. And the other way would be to use memory clear. Second function, memory clear, 0 and then equal sign, it will be cleared. Now let's do the calculation. 2 parenthesis open, 3 plus 6 parenthesis close. Just press this M, automatically M appeared and the A value is there. Now 8 times 200, 8 times 200, don't press equal sign, just press M, it will be stored there on top of it, added. 1.56 minus 456 parenthesis open, 65 close, and then M. Everything have been added. To recall this M, just press recall M and that's the answer. If you have some, when we say factorial 4, it means 1 times 2 times 3 times 4. That will be the answer. And we have the button here, second function with 4. Clear, 4, second function and 4. And then the factorial is displayed. Press equal sign, the answer will be there. If you have 6, the same thing, 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6, 6 factorial. In engineering mode, you go to setup 1 and then ENG 2. Now, if you go to engineering mode, you can have certain decimal places based on the value that you use. Now, to change that, again press setup. Now this time press tab 2 and then let's say you want 4 decimal places, 4, and you will have 4 decimal places. Any calculation that you do will have 4 decimal places. Let's say 1 divided by 3400, you have that, or 1 divided by 1000. So you see 1 times 10 to the power minus 3. From here, let's say you want to go back to normal, press setup and then 1 and then go down and then normal number 4. It will go back. And then now let's say you want to do a combination of 49 balls and you pick 6. You want to find out your chances of winning. So this N means 49, so type 49, and this is a button here with 5. You need to press second function in order to access it. Second function 49, choose 6. So it says 13.9 million, 1 in 13.9 million. That's why do not buy lottery. This is now permutation. For permutation, we have the same thing. So let's say you have some value and then second function. This time press 6 with a P, and then let's say choose it. The choice is 3, and this is the possibilities. We have random numbers here. The random is here. You press second function on random, you get random 0 or dice, and then arrow is down. It shows coin and integer. I'm going up, random 0. Now this will generate between 0.001 up to 0.999. If I press it, it will never be 1. The maximum is 0.999. Setup, sorry, second function random, and then dice 1. This is just like rolling a dice. It will give you between 1 to 6. And then second function random, go down, coin. That will give you always 0 or 1, like if you toss a coin. Second function, and then go down, and then integers. This will give you between 0 to 99 random number. I'm pressing equal, equal, equal. To combine all the features of this calculator, the video would be very long, so I have separate videos for different sections of this. The link for those videos will be provided below the description, so you can check and find them and play them. Please thumb up the video and also subscribe so you can get updates of my upcoming videos.